You ever just get that feeling, that urge to just drop everything, pack up your life, and sail off into the sunset? It's this huge romantic idea, right? Well, for one couple, it stopped being an idea and became their actual plan. They decided to sail around the world. And it all came down to those 5 simple words. But we're not talking about just any boat. This thing is their home. It's their car. It's their ticket to literally see the entire planet. So that's the big question, isn't it? What does it take? We're going to step on board and take a full tour to see what goes into a vessel that's designed to take on the world's oceans, from the price tag right down to the bedrooms.
Okay, so first things first. Let's get to know the star of the show. This is a French-made yacht, and it's called the Nautitech 46.
Now, the most important thing to understand about this boat's design is that it's a catamaran. So instead of one hull cutting through the water, it has 2. And those 2 parallel hulls are the key to everything. They make it incredibly stable, so less rocking around, and as you're about to see, they create a shocking amount of living space inside. And when I say space, I mean it. To give you a sense of the scale we're dealing with here, the yacht is 14 meters long. That's about 46 feet. But check out the width, 7.5 meters? That is massive for a boat this length. And the mast, it shoots 23 meters up into the sky. To put that in perspective, that's about as tall as a 7-story building. All right, you know where this is going. A vessel this big, with this kind of ambition, it's gonna have a serious price tag. So let's talk numbers. If you wanted to walk into a dealership and buy a brand new Nautitech 46, fully kitted out with all the options, you'd be looking at a bill for up to 2 million Australian dollars. Yeah, that's a staggering amount of money. But, and this is the part that I find fascinating, they didn't pay anywhere near that. They managed to get their boat for around 1 billion Korean won. That is a huge discount off the new price. So, how on earth did they pull that off? Well, it came down to 3 incredibly smart moves. First, they didn't buy new. They bought a used 2019 model, which was only about 3 years old. Second, they found a seller who needed a quick sale, which, gives you a ton of negotiating power. And finally, and this is a big one, they bought the boat locally in Australia, which meant they didn't have to pay the ridiculously expensive import taxes. Just a fantastic combination of patience and smart shopping. All right, so we know how they paid for it. Now let's head outside and look at the machine itself, the part that's actually going to carry them across the oceans. The outside is just this perfect mix of clever engineering and comfort. You see that big net between the 2 hulls? That's not just for sunbathing. It's designed to let big waves pass right through it, which helps keep the boat stable. You've also got 2 separate steering wheels, one on each side, so the captain always has a perfect view. And then there's that huge outdoor lounge area in the back. That's called the cockpit, and it's basically the social hub of the boat.
So how does this whole thing move? Well, it's all about catching the wind. That giant mainsail is stored up on the roof. Then, at the very front of the boat, there's a smaller sail called the jib that's all rolled up. To get moving, you just pull on one specific rope, the green one in this case. It unfurls that front sail, and boom, the wind takes over and starts pushing you forward. It's really an elegant and powerful system.
Okay, now for the part that I think is going to blow you away. Because a boat this big isn't just a vehicle, it's a house. Let's step inside and see what living at sea actually feels like. So, the main deck is basically like a modern, open-plan apartment that just happens to float. You've got the salon, which is your indoor living room, complete with a TV. The galley, that's the kitchen, is incredibly well equipped. It's got 3 fridges and freezers and even a dishwasher. There's also an indoor navigation desk for when the weather gets nasty, and it all flows right out into that big outdoor cockpit that can sit a dozen people. Now here's a really crucial detail that makes all the difference. This boat is what's known as the owner's version. See, most catamarans like this are built for the rental market, so they cram in 4 separate cabins to maximize how many people they can rent to. But the owner's version, it sacrifices one of those cabins to create a layout that's way more spacious and luxurious, designed for people who are actually going to live on the boat full-time. And this is the payoff. The entire left hull of the boat is dedicated to one single, massive owner's suite. We're not just talking a bedroom here. It's got a dedicated office space for working, tons of closet space, and a huge private bathroom with a full-size shower. This is what really transforms the boat from just a vessel into a true long-term home. But don't worry, they didn't forget about guests. The other side of the boat, the right hull, is all for friends and family. It's got 2 really comfortable guest bedrooms, and they have their own bathrooms too. And, get this, there's an onboard 5-kilogram washing machine. I mean, that is an absolute game changer for long voyages. They are fully set up to have people join them on their adventure.
So the main yacht is incredible, but a world sailing setup is more than just the main boat. There are a few key accessories that make a life of exploration not just possible, but actually practical.
First up, you've got to have a tender. You see, you can't just pull a 46-foot yacht up to a small beach or a little town dock. The tender is basically your car for the water. It's a small motorboat you use to get back and forth from the shore to get supplies, or explore, or just go out for dinner. It's absolutely essential.
And for even quicker trips, they have this, which is just brilliant. It's a pedal-powered craft called a Hobie Mirage. So when the big yacht is moored way out in a bay, this is the perfect, super simple way to get to it without having to fire up the tender's engine. It's quiet, it's efficient, it's just a really clever piece of gear.
So there you have it, a floating home, planned out, bought smart, and equipped for absolutely anything. It's an amazing testament to a dream that was pursued with some real passion and intelligence. Which, it leaves just one final question for the rest of us. If this was your boat and the world was waiting, where would you go first?